Hey everyone, it's Concat. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be attempting a little bit of a challenge. I've seen a lot of Sims 4 creators attempt this challenge, but never really anybody for the Sims 3. And basically what I'm talking about is Pinterest builds my house. So basically how this works is people will just search up, I don't know, let's say home or living room or backyard. And basically whatever picture pops up first in your feed, you have to build or recreate in The Sims. So that's what we're going to be attempting today, but obviously for The Sims 3, because we don't play Sims 4 around here. So this is where we're going to be building our house. But before we get into the challenge, this video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. So for those of you who don't know, Instant Gaming is a website where you can get PC, console, and pre-release games at a discount, which is crazy. And the reason I really love Instant Gaming is because they actually have a bunch of Sims 3 DLC on there. And not only do they have Sims 3, they also have a bunch of Sims 4 DLC. For those of you who are worried if it's a scam, it is absolutely not. I used to just buy Sims 3 stuff, whenever I would save up my coins or whatever. But I'm finally at a point where I just want to buy all of them, even the ones that I didn't really care to buy in the past. So for example, I just bought movie stuff and the Diesel pack from Instant Gaming. I installed it and now I have it in my game. And if you guys plan on purchasing anything, I do have an affiliate link with them. If you do purchase anything, I do get a small commission off of it at no extra cost to you. So it's a win-win. You're getting a great discount and you're helping me out. Thank you in advance for any purchases, and thanks to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. All right, so first things first, we need a house. So let's go ahead and look up should it be cute house or just house? Let's just go ahead and look up cute house. All right, and here's our house. So this is what we have to build. So this is it. This is our house. This is what it's gonna look like from, the exterior. As far as the backside of the house, I'm just gonna guess. That's usually what I do when I get inspo off of Pinterest for a house. I like it. It's cute. It's small. I think we can work with this. Also, I don't have a budget. I should mention that. I don't really care for a budget. I'm just trying to make the house look as much as I can as an image. Does that even make sense? I don't even know what I just said, girl. There we go. I just kind of like to do like a little rough sketch or whatever you want to call it with the foundation before I actually get into it, because you have to measure for windows. Unfortunately, in The Sims 3, unlike The Sims 4, we cannot place windows in between tiles. So you have to be very careful when building in The Sims 3, because if you don't measure things out right, it's going to be lopsided and nothing is going to be symmetrical. Okay, so I decided to just go with the smaller foundation. I don't know, I just feel like the big one looks ugly. All right, so this is what we have so far for our shape. Now let me go ahead and just place down the windows and the door that I want to use. So far this is what we have. So now we have another window over here, center. So we got to bring this wall in by one. And then we do have a small little room up here, it seems. You know what? That window is kind of like this, but it doesn't have shutters. But it's literally this exact window. So I think I'm going to place it like inside out, flipped, because it's literally that window and it fits right in the middle, which I like. So I'm going to do that. I might have to tweak the color a little bit here and there, but for now, this color should do. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, and then also I do have to remove this foundation. I just realized that. All right, so that'll do. So up next, we're going to look for the wallpaper. Also, I'm not too sure how white I'll be able to get the house to look, because as you guys can see, the color is completely white right now on the color wheel, but I do have a lighting mod installed. It's not going to look completely white, but trust me, it is. All right, so let's go ahead and place our steps down. I do feel like this house needs to be a tiny bit smaller because it looks like the stairs go all the way across. It looks too big in the Sims. Like, we definitely need to move this over like that and then bring the house in. Honestly, this one could work from base game because it even has like the little knocking thing, whatever you call that. I don't know, that might work. It's kind of really ugly. All right, we move on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on the roof next and get that done. I am gonna bring it in a tiny bit more. Oh my gosh, this roofing is horrible. I thought it was gonna be easy. Struggling. Hold on a minute. All right, so this is what the house is looking like. I don't like how high up the roof is. Don't know how to bring this window down. I know there's a mod where you can drag things up and down, but I don't have it, unfortunately. I'm really, really, really tempted to install it and see if I can bring these windows down because this is not cute. And then also the shutters are sticking out. So there's that. But yeah, so that's what the house looks like though overall. I mean, I guess she's okay, Yeah, we're going to be moving on. I'm going to place down these outdoor lamps. I do have something similar to that. They're not exactly the same, but they're definitely very close. I don't know, maybe once we start like putting landscape and all this other stuff down, then it'll tie the house together. But right now it's looking a little crazy. You know what, girl? You got to keep it moving. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it moving. All right. So now I'm just going to go ham with the landscape. I'm hoping once we do that, it kind of ties everything in together. This is what I got so far for the fee fi fo fence. There we go. Also, shout out to the person who commented on YouTube to hold down shift whenever you're recoloring something, because it'll actually recolor the entire thing instead of me going in recoloring it one by one, which is what I used to do. So thank you. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm done with the landscaping. It looks like a lot. It is a lot. But I copied the picture. I think it looks good. Also, color theory, because I'm smart. I went in and I changed the walls to be a little bit more blue. So it's making the house look white rather than yellow. All right, so here we are back at Pinterest. The front of our house is finished. Oh, I forgot to put a chimney. I'll add that on off camera. I'll do it in just a sec. Let's go ahead and look up backyard ideas. All right, there we go. Cute backyard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's cute. Literally. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the same exact door as in the image, but we do have this one, which is pretty similar. And then also we did build our house on a foundation, so it will have to be on a smaller foundation, but I think it'll still work. So there we go. And then also, I'm wondering if I should add this door here instead, because it's symmetrical. Yeah, this is a lot better. So we're gonna do it over here, and now we can actually get the shape that we need. Next, we need to find a tile. This is cute. It could work. Hold on. Unfortunately, these are like very small, and in the picture it looks like it's big tiles. It's kind of cute actually. I'm gonna keep it. That's our base, and then now what we're gonna go in and do is go to the fence section. So that's that, and now I'm wondering if we should do the flowers first. I think so. That way, if something is in the way, we don't have to delete the whole thing and restart. So immediately my brain goes to, let me show you, this thing from Showtime. What we should do is go into build mode and then grab a bunch of these hedges and then just kind of line them up to make like a wall. And then what I was thinking of doing so that we can get like the pink is going into the flower section and looking for these azaleas or even hydrangeas, to be honest. I don't know if I like that. You know what? I have a feeling there's a fence here that we're not seeing. This isn't looking as great as I thought it would. You know what, girl? It is what it is. We're trying our best out here. All right, this looks very messy. But you know what, girl? Good enough, in my opinion. Now we can move on to the top of this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the fee fi fo fence now. And I'm just going to go crazy with like making cute designs or whatever. All right, so this is what I've come up with for the design of, you know, the top of this thing. I'm going to go like that. There we go. I like to use these. I think they're called heathers. And we have pink in the picture, so we're going to go for the pink ones as well here. Right, and there we go. So that is the situation. The next thing that we have to do is add the lights, which I do have hanging lights. All right, so that's it for the lights. They're hanging now. And it actually looks really, really cute so far back here. I do love it. All right, so for furniture, we just have some nice seating. It looks like a little love seat on either side. I don't have pillows or anything, by the way. So I'm not going to do any of that extra stuff. But if you guys do have CC, feel free to go crazy decorating this because I think it'll look really cute with all the pillows and all the extra decor or whatever. We have a cute wooden table in the middle. I'm going to go with this one, and it's kind of like off to the side. So I'm going to put it over here. And then I'm also going to go in and grab a puff, which is also from the Bohemian set. And we do have wicker in The Sims 3, like the type of fabric or texture, I guess I should say, but it's right over here. So that's that. And then next we're going to need a cute rug for the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and use the camo pattern to kind of get the same pattern that's going on in the picture, trying to get as close to it as possible. All right, so the outline in the picture of the rug is definitely not this thick, but you know what, girl? We really don't got much to work with in The Sims 3, so that'll have to do. So there's also a little mat for the door, I'm just noticing. So we're gonna go ahead and plop that down. It is square, but I don't really have a small square rug, so this one will do. And you know what? I think I am gonna change this rug. Even though it is quite small, I am gonna go in and use the university one. There we go. We'll still kind of put it like lopsided or whatever. That's cute. All right, so now I am seeing a couple of planters. Just do like one of these off to the side. We have some more planters over here. I'm gonna go to build mode for the flowers for this planter. You technically can't really use these, but it's just for show. Yeah, why not? We'll do some blue and a pink in there. And then back here, it looks like we have a small table to garden. I don't really have anything that looks like what's going on in the picture to put over here. We'll just kind of hide the fact that it's floating. Just ignore that. There's like a little table over here on this corner with a chair. I think that's what that is. And there is a plant on this table. I believe it's a little difficult to see, but I know the perfect plant, and it's this one. That'll do it for our little patio area. So this is what it turned out like. So now I'm just going to work on the little stepping stones or whatever. All right, so this is what I've done for the backyard garden. I matched it pretty much to the front of the house. All right, there we go. So that is our backyard complete. I'm gonna leave it like that. I think it looks really cute, to be honest. Ignore the hedges. That is an issue. I'm almost debating putting hedges on either side, just so it'll kind of look like, you know, the hedges are eating the fence and climbing over it or whatever. I don't know. Is it giving the illusion that the hedge is growing over the fence and, you know, whatever? I don't know. I'm not too sure. All right, so that is it for the outside of the house. I'm actually really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat. It's been a couple of hours, but I'm back and I'm ready to finish off the house. So I'm not gonna make a floor plan because I'm really not too sure how everything is gonna work out depending on, you know, the images that we get on Pinterest. So yeah, we're gonna wait on the floor plan and just kind of see how it goes. But the first thing that we're gonna start off with is the kitchen. So let's go ahead and look up cute kitchen. This one over here is the first image that we get when we look up cute kitchen. So we're going to be basing our kitchen off of this, and it's actually kind of perfect because do you guys see this door over here? It looks really similar to our patio door. So the first thing we're going to be working on is the kitchen floor, which is literally this. And it looks like we have a plain white wall and then some wallpaper for the backsplash of the kitchen. So let's go ahead and figure that out. All right, so up next, we're going in with our counters. The closest that we can get to it is with these counters. They're not the cutest, but I think it'll work. Honestly, I like this one a lot better. I think we're going to switch to this one from the Pets expansion pack. We have the stove in the middle, so let's go ahead and grab that. The one thing that we lack a whole bunch of in the Sims 3 is nice cabinets. For some reason, we just don't have any. Thanks a lot, EA. But I do have something from the store that I think could work, so let me just look for it. It kind of looks similar to the one in the picture. Not really, but kind of sort of. I mean, it could work. So that'll go there, and then we need like a hood range, I think they're called. It's not as big as the one in the picture, but it'll work. Ooh, I do have this thing. I don't know where this is from. I'm not too sure how I like that, to be honest. Oh, hold on a minute. You guys remember how there was a chimney? It's like the perfect color. Hold on a minute. I don't even know where this is from. Yes, girl, yes. Okay, so I'm adding this, just FYI, letting you know. All right, now that that's out the way, back to the kitchen. Another thing I'm wondering is if I should just do some of these shelves instead. I believe this is from Aurora Skies. This could actually work too, because it actually connects to the mantle. It looks to me like there's an island in this image off to the side, or I don't know if that's just the kitchen wrapping around because I can't see, you know, the other side of the kitchen. Okay, and then we also need room in here for this table. For the table, I think I'm just going to use this one. And then we also have like this hutch, I think it's called, thing off to the side. So let me go ahead and find that. All right, so there we go. We have our hutch and our table. I'm going to go ahead and look for some chairs that are similar to the ones in the picture. Ooh, I think I'm going to go with these. All right, and then now we're going to look for some flowers and stuff to put on the table. So it's not exactly the same, but technically it's a white vase, so that's why I'm going with it. So I think we're done with our kitchen. Honestly, it's not my favorite room. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So for the living room, before we search it up, I think I'm gonna search up small living room just because we're running out of space. The freaking dining room / kitchen took up pretty much the majority of the house. So we're gonna look up small living room. All right, and this picture over here is the first one technically on the feed, which is perfect. Ignore whatever's happening over there for now. let's work on the living room. All right, so first things first, we have like some gray floor. So let's go ahead and do that. Like it kind of looks like that, which I hate. I really do hate that. All right, so now for the wallpapers. Literally just a blank white wall. Okay. All right. So that's our base for, you know, our sad gray living room. Love that. The couch. It's just a simple gray couch from what I can see. Honestly, it's giving this. It's giving that, but that's ugly. So maybe let's look for a better option. What on earth is that? Ew, it looks like somebody dragged it all over the floor. Yeah, I guess that'll do. That'll do. That's a sad couch. It really isn't the same couch. Like, honestly, this looks a lot more like what's in the picture. I'm kind of tempted to just use it and say, whatever. Because you know what, girl? At the end of the day, it is what it is. That is unfortunate. We're going to have a crate couch. And I think I'm going to connect two, to be honest. The couch in the picture looks very tiny. But you know what? I'm going to connect two. Moving on. All right. And you know what? Instead of deleting this nice window over here on the other side, I'm going to flip the image. Okay. If that makes sense. Like instead of putting the mirror on the side it's at, I'm going to flip it. All right. So now we're on a hunt for a mirror. This is, I mean, that could work, I guess. All right. And then we also have a cute little table over here. Just a circular small one. Honestly, this is as similar as it's going to get. Unfortunately, there's like a hole in this table. And I don't want that hole because the one in the picture doesn't have that. I mean, it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with this one. Okay, now I'm getting really sad. See, we were off to a really great start in the beginning of this video. And as we've gone further and further, I've become sadder and sadder. Anyways, moving on to the other side. So we're going to work on the side with the TV now. I've got the perfect TV. We have this one. Or we also have this one, which is pretty similar. This one could work a little better, I think. All right, hold on a second because I got an idea. I think I am going to go with the other TV instead, this one. Ew, no, I'm going back to the other one. Sorry. Yeah, that'll do because why am I complicating my life? You know what I mean? Like, let's just get through this, friend. There we go. So then off to the side, we have a cute lamp, which I think we have something similar to that. We do. So I found the perfect shelf. This one right over here. It's from the store. I don't know which set exactly, but it's giving IKEA. And you know what? I do love that. So the last thing I'll add on the shelf is just a nice little lamp, something like that. That'll do. That's good enough for me. The next thing that we need to do is add like a little basket thing. I don't have any rug that's the exact same as what's in the picture, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go with this one from Base Game and call it a day. All right, this rug just has some simple little patterns in it, some lines. Yeah, that's cute. Why not? It's as close as we're going to get to that rug. And you know what? Yeah, I'm changing this. This is horrible. This is a horrible, horrible couch. Let me keep it just for the swatch. Yeah, that's way better than what we had going on with the crates. That was freaking ugly, girl. Sorry. You know what? Screw that damn mirror. I'm going with the bigger one because that one looks horrible. Give me a bigger one, please. I'm gonna go with this stinking thing because you know what? No one can stop me. All right, so this is our nice little sad living room so far. Like I said, we gotta add the puff. I'm just gonna use the same damn thing that I used outside. Actually, I'm just gonna copy you. Come on over here. So she apparently goes right there for some reason. I do love that a lot. And then we need like baskets. I don't think I have baskets that look like that. Unless I use a trash can. Unless I use this. It might be ugly, but you never know until you try. You know what, girl? Nobody has time for this. I'm going to move on to the damn plant next door. You know what? This one from the store is just going to have to work for us because we got no other options, friend. I'm going to plop in a little stereo. Because why not? All right, this room is done. I'm finished with it. All right, let's move on. So the next thing I'm going to do is the bedroom. We'll leave the bathroom for last because nobody cares about that. There we go. Small bedroom. Let's see what we get. I forgot to put cute, so I'm a little worried. Oh, AI modified. No thanks. I'll skip on that one. Girl, what is this? This is the first picture we got other than the AI. What am I going to do with this? Where's the room? Where's the rest of the room? You know what? I'm not a cheater, so that's what it's going to have to be, I guess. All right, let's focus on a singular corner. All right, welcome to our bedroom. Honestly, it could have worked though because hold on a minute. I'm seeing it. We got the window here, right? And then on the sliver, on the left sliver side of the picture, there's a curtain, girl. It's perfect. All right, let's start off with the floor. Hold on a minute. So for the floor, we actually have some nice warm wood. Thank you. All right, so that'll do for the floor, I think. And next we have some gray walls with white trim. Okay, we can do that. Okay, so next we gotta go crazy with the damn shelves for some freaking reason. Oh, these freaking thick shelves, girl. This is all we got in The Sims 3? This is a crime. I don't know if I can add another layer if I'm being honest with you, but you know what? That's what Pinterest wants me to do, so I guess I'll do it. I'm about to put a coffee table in this room because I know a bedside table will be too tall. Who the hell needs 4 layers of shelf, girl? Nobody. All right, we got our freaking 4 layers of shelves. Love that. It's giving this, to be honest with you. It's giving this freaking sleigh bed. All right, and then like I said, I don't think we'll be able to fit a bedside table here. Yeah, it's too tall. So we're just gonna have to go for a coffee table for, you know, our bedside table or whatever. Yeah. That's perfect. All right. I mean, it's looking like the picture, I suppose. That's the goal, right? All right. We need a really tall lamp next. There we go. You can hardly see the damn lamp. It looks like the sun. All right. So that's it for that corner. And the only other thing that we can see in this picture for our bedroom is a painting, just a sliver of it, and the curtain. All right. Yeah. I think that's the perfect painting for our bedroom. So that's that. The last thing that we're going to be working on is on our curtain. And I think I'm going to go with this one. And that's pretty much everything we can see in this picture, unfortunately. So we're not too sure what's going on the other side. So I'm just going to see what I can come up with. All right, you guys. So right now I'm working on the other side of the room. Obviously, we can't really see what that looks like in the picture as well. So I'm just kind of guessing how I think the room would look. I just need to finish up with the dresser. And then after that, this room should be completely done. Honestly, I think I'm going to go for like, you know, makeup and the perfume and stuff like that for the dresser, because I mean it would make sense to have that here. Also, I did end up putting the dresser like into the wall. Same thing with the bed. I ended up pushing it back a little bit. I'm hoping it'll work, the dresser. I'm hoping your Sims will be able to walk through here as well and also get into the bed. I have to test this out for sure, but this is what the other side of the room looks like. Honestly, it's quite a mess. All right, we're doing it. Let's just look up cute bathroom. And the first picture that we get is this one right over here. We can't really see anything too well, but I think I can make it work. All right, girl. So unfortunately, I can't see the damn floor. So I'm just gonna guess. For the walls, it looks like it's just plain white. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy what we have in our living room. Now we do have some windows in this bathroom. I'll try my best to work with, you know, the space that we have or whatever. All right, so first of all, we're starting off with the toilet. Love that. So she's there, right? We'll have the sink over here. I think I'm gonna go with maybe even a counter, to be honest. We're gonna color it. I can't really tell what color the counter is, if I'm being honest. I'm going based off of that little wooden sliver on the side. I think that might, oh yeah, that is the door. Then we need this to be like a silver color, so we'll do that as well. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna have anything that's close to what goes over the toilet. I'm not too sure. We're gonna have to probably makeshift something. All right, so this is what I have for our little, whatever you call it, storage thing above the toilet. Anyways, let's go ahead and store stuff on it. So we're just gonna do, you know, just your essential bathroom stuff or whatever. There we go. That's that. A couple of these towels. Actually, why don't we do 2 of these? And I think that should do it for our little storage area. The next thing we can do is add a little soap dispenser because we actually do have one. I just never really use it. Also, one thing that I learned is that you can actually press M on your keyboard and it'll show you all the slots available for you to place whatever object you may be placing. I thought it was a cool hack. So yeah, literally just press M and it'll show you all the slots available. And then there's also a cute little towel hanging. You know what, girl? We're just gonna pretend like it's not doing that. That's as close as we can get it. Technically, your Sim still can get into the bathtub, by the way, if it's like this. As long as this side isn't blocked, the side where the sink is at, it's fine. If it's blocked, your Sims can still get into the bathtub, I think. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a wall over here because I guess we don't need that extra space, girl. We really don't. So that works. Unfortunately, our shower is right in front of the damn window. And I think the last thing that I'm going to do is, this is just me being extra, I'm going to add a curtain. All right, you guys, so we are officially done with our Pinterest house, and I'm super excited to show you guys how it turned out. So for the front of the house, this is the picture that we got on Pinterest, and this is what we did in The Sims 3. The one thing that I wish I could really change is the height of the window up there. I wish I could lower it down a bit more because I feel like it looks a little awkward. But other than that, I think it turned out kind of nice. I did what I could with the plants that we have in The Sims 3. It does look pretty similar to the picture, if I do say so myself. So now for the backyard, this is the picture that we got for the patio slash backyard from Pinterest. And this is what we ended up doing in The Sims 3. Honestly, this is my favorite part of the entire house. I think it just looks so good back here. I love it. I honestly want to recreate this patio in a different house, one that I like the inside of a lot more than, you know, I do this one. But yeah, I love this. So I did end up going the extra mile, and I did add a couple of little decor in the hallway area. But yeah, this is just what I ended up doing to kind of tie it all in together or whatever. All right, so we're going to be starting off in the kitchen. This is what we got from Pinterest, and this is what we recreated in The Sims 3. Honestly, now that I'm in here in first person, this is ugly. It definitely was cuter in the picture than it is in The Sims 3 for sure. So next up we have the living room, and this is the picture that we got from Pinterest, and this is how we recreated it in The Sims 3. It's all right. It's just a little plain, but I mean, it's kind of cute. I like the pops of, you know, the nice warm wood color here and there, but I will say I do like it a lot more than the kitchen. And then this is what it looks like from the other side, just so that you guys can get both points of view. All right, so now we're moving on to the bedroom. This is the picture that we got from Pinterest, and this is how we recreated it in The Sims 3. It actually turned out really cute, and believe it or not, this is my favorite room in the entire house, other than the patio, of course. That one eats. I don't know, I just think it's nice and cozy. It's definitely giving like, I don't freaking know, girl. It's just giving like cozy vibes. Overall, this turned out really cute. All right, and the last room that we have is the bathroom. Here's the picture that we got from Pinterest, and this is how we recreated it in The Sims 3. And girl, the lighting in here sucks. Yeah, it's ugly. I mean, it's kind of cute though. I do like this thing, this little shelf situation that we did. That's cute, and I will be copying that, or I guess using it in a different build. I do like how that turned out. But other than that, girl, this place sucks. It's kind of ugly in here. Let me know in the comments down below which area or which room you like the best. Let me know which one you think I did the best at recreating as well. But anyways, you guys, that is all that I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you let me know by hitting the thumbs up for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any other challenge ideas that you've seen people do in The Sims 4 but not really in The Sims 3. I'm kind of in a challenge mood right now, so let me know in the comments down below as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. And just a reminder, if you guys want to purchase any Sims packs at a discount, make sure you check out my link in the description box down below for instant gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.